What is going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and I am coming to you today with a Wild Eye Wednesday review. Now, I have had my reasons in the past why I have not taken part in Wild Eye Wednesday. And in fact, I've only ever done one official Wild Eye Wednesday review. I do my Wild Eye videos whenever I feel like it. I don't want to really be locked down into a schedule. That's basically it. However, I decided that I am going to start doing the Wild Eye Wednesdays for the simple fact that I have a lot of Wild Eye movies that I need to catch up on, and I feel like I'm not spending enough time doing those. I feel like I owe Wild Eye that, and I also just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys enough content of everything that I have on my channel, whether it's the Comic Cave, whether it's the Castle the King built, whether it's a Bronco Juggalo Top 10, or whether it's a Wild Eye review, or just a random review. I want you guys to get the full spectrum of my content. So to do that, I feel like I've been kind of slacking on the Wild Eye reviews since Wild Eye Week, basically. I feel like I didn't do as many as I should have. Since Thanksgiving, I believe I've only done 3 or 4 on my channel. Now, I did some while I was on body bags as well, and eventually I'm going to end up porting those over to my channel so you can see them. They are still up on body bags. Go and check those out. Definitely, for sure. That's an awesome channel. Still got a lot of love for those guys, and give them some support and check out those old videos of mine. I think you'll be happy with them. Well, guys, let's get into this. Today, I am doing Werewolf Island off of this awesome 4-pack that I picked up. Actually, that my wife got me for Christmas. I picked up one too, but I'm giving that to Joe. But I'm doing Werewolf Island today. Brand new movie from Wild Eye. Came out in 2020. Directed and starring Michael J. Alexander. He actually plays 2 different characters in the movie. A detective investigates an attack that happened on Dog Lady Island and discovers a curse going back centuries. Now, this movie was actually filmed in Michigan around the real Dog Lady Island, where there have been attacks, and there have also been urban legends dating all the way back for the last couple hundred years. So a lot of the stuff that's in this movie is based on some of those urban legends. Honestly, guys, I found this to be more of a witch film, or I'm not talking about like Wicked Witches or anything like that, or like Bubble Boil, Toil and Trouble, whatever that, not like that kind of witchcraft. That's not what I'm talking about. There is they call her the Dog Lady. There is a female creature, and she does have wolf and dog characteristics. It's kind of a simple makeup job, kind of a cool looking makeup job. But there is no like real werewolves in this film, if you know what I'm saying. It's about the spirit of a wolf that inhabits the victims of some tragedies and for them to get revenge. That's basically it. As far as cons go, guys, now some of the performances were good and I enjoyed them. And some of the performances were kind of whack. But that's just the way it goes in lower budget cinema. So I didn't really put it as a con because there was some that I really did enjoy. And in fact, I'm going to get to that here in just a second. But as far as the cons go, there were some digital effects used in this movie, some CGI. There was some digital smoke that you could tell was kind of overlaid over things during the 1800s sequence. I did not like that. There was some blue screen to show a guy getting his head ripped off. It looked kind of but that's really my only con I had for the movie. Now, I'm not saying that the movie is that great either, honestly. It is a bit of a... This is the perfect example of a movie and a director that has potential. And hopefully we'll get to show more of that potential as he does more films. But this was a kind of a middle-of-the-road outing, if you ask me. Now, there was some things that I really liked about the film, and I'm going to go into that here in a second. The first one is during the 1800s scene when the French are coming up against the natives. The native chief, that dude's fucking gangster. I'm telling you. Even when he walks out at first, he's got that strut on like he's just walking out the fucking yard. You know what I'm saying? I liked that. I thought that was cool. I enjoyed that. Even if it's just for that split second, I was like, man, this guy ain't about to take no shit, and he knows what's about to go down. So I really enjoyed the attention to detail on this. During this film, the story is told of the investigation. There's a lot of this movie that this movie is mostly investigating. It's mostly the detective investigating all the stuff throughout time that's happened on this island to help figure out what's going on now. And the story is told through flashbacks and through period pieces. And I really enjoyed the attention to detail that they were given. They did really well with the costumes, with the exception of the current, present time. They did a really good job on the costumes, especially for the 20s era. I really liked those. They did an awesome job with the vehicles, with the sets. It looked like it was the era. It looked like it was those times. Now, as I said, a lot of the like digital stuff they put on, whatever, but I really enjoyed the attention to detail for those things. I enjoy it when a movie that does period pieces really gets it right. Now, that being said, one of my favorite things about it was the 20s segment. There's a flashback segment where in the 1920s, I liked everything about this segment. I liked the sets. I liked the costumes. I liked the performances, especially the performance of Sammy, the mafia boss. I really enjoyed his performance. Mick, the guy that is the center of the tragedy of this point, him and his wife, their performances were pretty good. I really enjoyed the entire 1920s segment. And I say segment, it's not like it's an anthology, it's just that part of the movie. The music, I thought the music was really good. It had appropriate music for each period of history, in my opinion. Now, some of the stuff from maybe the 1800s one was a little, how do I put this? A little, I don't want to say stereotypical, like, it's basically like the old Hollywood version of those events, you know what I mean? But even then, the set designs were cool. It was outdoors, but the costumes looked really good on both the French soldiers. The Native Americans' costumes were okay. They were, as I said, a little more of like what you would envision in some older Hollywood stuff. But hey, it is what it is. It's a low-budget film. What are you going to do? But the music was very appropriate for just about every part of this film, and it was done really well, and it was good music. The gore is a high point in this movie. Even though there's not a lot of it, it's very minimal, it's done well, and it looks good. It's done very low budget, but at least the practical side of it, the practical effects of it look good. As I said, the digital effects leave something to be desired, but the practical effects were good. I did enjoy that. Overall, guys, this is a movie, I guess it's worth checking out if you buy this 4-pack, because you get some other really good movies on here. I'm going to be reviewing Cold Ground soon. I hear that movie's phenomenal. I haven't seen it yet myself. But the snarling is really good. And this Wolf House looks pretty interesting as well. So guys, I definitely will say if you can get this 4-pack, pick this up for sure. As far as buying this particular movie, on its own, that's up to your tastes. Personally, I was never bored with the movie. I was always entertained. It is more of an investigative thriller than a horror in my opinion. But there is a lot of horror elements, especially towards the end. And overall, it kept me going. You know how it is. For those of you that have doubts about independent cinema, independent horror, or Wild Eye, I want to put those to rest, because just because something isn't huge, mega budget, special effects laden, Hollywood blockbuster doesn't mean that it can't have heart, and it doesn't mean that it can't be good. A lot of these lower budget projects, you may not always get every bit of the talent you get out of a huge Hollywood blockbuster, but sometimes you do. And sometimes you'll see future stars and the people that come in. Like one of these Wild Eye films, stars Daisy Ridley before she was world famous. And I just want to say, definitely give independent cinema a chance. Because it's independent cinema that really drives the genre forward. It's the independent horror movies that really keep things going. Especially during these times of lockdowns and COVID and restrictions and all the other bullshit. So guys, definitely check it out. Pick it up. Pick up this 4-pack. It's definitely a great bargain. And enjoy. Bronco Juggalo saying peace.